because that's our style. Hey, we love each other. Hey, help one another. Hey, there's nothing to it. Just have to do it. Hey, this is the way. Hey, we start the day. Hey, because we don't play. Hey, now what do you say? Hey, what happened, y'all? I took it back to the 90s for y'all.
Listen, let me find out we about to start. Listen, we about to start doing musicals up in this piece. You hear me? Straight musicals up in this piece.
Auntie introduced a lot of us Harvard kids to poetry in the 90s. So yes, again, big shout out to the Queen, Dr. Linda Michelle.
Yes. All right, now we gotta use all our cameras because our head cannot be towards YouTube. So shout out to the fact that YouTube Live is working this morning. Bang, 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 bang. We outside, y'all. Listen, we outside and we outside with the right energy. So before we move on to our independent artist music rotation, you got Robux, right?
On me? I think you want to.
All right, please get it. Before we move on to our independent artist music rotation, guys, guess what? We are going to have this morning's moment of recognition, right? And this morning's moment of recognition, guys, goes out to New Life Tabernacle. Yes, I said it. I said New Life Tabernacle. Guys, let me tell you something. You have to just give honor where honor is due, give respect where it is definitely earned. You hear me? And we say God is good, right? But we are very choosy about when we acknowledge God being as good as he really is to us, right? So I just want to participate in really, really acknowledging the fact that God is really, really good to me. You understand me? I'm talking about very patient with me. You understand what I'm saying? I want to shout out New Life Tabernacle and the entire Covenant Fellowship. Guys, there's nothing like having a bond with a group of people that leads to a covenant. Something that we don't break and won't break. Shout out to Colin Smith, baby. He coming to the show soon, y'all. Listen, y'all ain't ready for the heat that's getting ready to come up in the building. But I'm going to need you to get ready. So strap in. You hear me? Strap in. But anyhow, yeah, I got sorority friends outside, y'all. I got sorority friends somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? So anyhow, yes, New Life Tabernacle and Bishop Eric R. Figueroa, First Lady Doreen Figueroa, the entire Figueroa family, all of the ministries connected to that Covenant Fellowship, guys. Not for nothing, I was extremely and extensively blessed last night. How about when someone is preaching or ministering or teaching, however you will receive this, just get the point that I'm saying, right? How about when that makes you cry? For those of you who've been to church and those of you who heard about it or never been, there's a thing we call praising God. You feel what I'm talking about? Everybody praise God in their own way. Some people just real still and they just listen. It wasn't like there was some shouting music on. No. That word hit. That word, honey. That thing hit. It was like law of attraction. I've been acknowledging the fact that I have a few unaddressed, issues. You know what I mean? And I'm acknowledging that, right? Because I'm here to be transparent so that somebody could be blessed from my story, right? And in acknowledging that, it's almost like because I'm in the right place at the right time at times, because sometimes that law of attraction works both ways. No, it really do works both ways, but I'm talking about sometimes you got to put some footwork in there. You know what I mean? It won't be, at times it won't be just you say something and something happen. It's going to really be you said something, now you attracted it to the middle, now you got to be in the right place at the right time for the rest to meet you. You know what I mean? For you to receive your full blessing. And that's kind of like what happened to me. Because I have definitely been acknowledging, like I said, I need some more healing. I've really some deep gut wrenching healing, guys. And acknowledging that and being in the right place at the right time yesterday has really, 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 that law of attraction really worked on my behalf. I cried through most of the sermon, y'all. I'm not talking about no shout, no. I'm talking about the word that came across. It was so powerful. I couldn't even resist that power. my rebelliousness and my, the different little ways about me that like to put up walls when I become a little bit afraid to be different, to not be popular. Yeah, I'm human, y'all. I'm human. I couldn't even throw those walls up. So I just really, really had to take the time to acknowledge the power of God in my life that surrounds me, the God of my understanding that I choose, who I choose to believe in, that works for me. And I really, really, really thank you guys for listening to this morning's moment of recognition. For real, for real, for real. We would like to begin our inspirational quotes. We want to leave you with some quotes. So what we are going to do is begin with Cinnamon Shenanigans. You have a few words for the people, a few positive, meditative, motivational words for the people.
Listen, I'll speak to y'all from the heart. We
Don't forget
have a
about
few days, until a new month starts. And, it's been a lot of hurt. We've been dying, we've been killing each other, and it needs to stop because, listen, they killing us, and y'all know who that they is, and it's deeper than them. So we gotta start breaking cycles. It's time to break cycles, y'all. Be grateful y'all woke up today because somebody's son or daughter wasn't so lucky. Cherish your life, cherish the life of others. Like, learn how to pick and choose your battles better. You'll live longer.
And with that being said, I'd like to say simply live, watch this, and let live.
Mm.
Live and let live. Something so simple that when it's time to put it into action, it becomes so complicated. For those of us who have been through a lot of, trauma and different things, it's a battle at first to live and let live, because any hurt person, no matter what the age is, any deeply, deeply hurt, I mean really, really hurt person, does, let me explain something to you. They have a right to feel whatever it is they feel, right? And one of the things we feel most of the time is you owe me something. You owe me something. You know what I mean? You owe me something. You owe me something. Somebody owe me something. The world something. That's why it's a lot of angry people, a lot of bruised, hurt, traumatized, becoming sociopaths and psychopathic people, guys, because people are hurting. And those of us who do have certain levels of our spiritual belief systems, we really are held accountable to, kind of be a light in darkness. You know what I mean? Like kind of the salt of the earth, the flavor to the salt, something, the salt to the flavor of something. You know what I mean? So guys, we do, community service happens in many different forms. There's many different ways to show love. There's many different ways to support your community. And I think that we need to tap more into that and become a lot less self-absorbed. Because if you really pay attention, unless you're willing to, settle for doing things that you genuinely don't want to do, that go against your core self, the core of you, the essence of who you are, no one is getting where they think they want to go by being crabs in a bucket or by being the smoke in a cloud. You understand what I'm saying? It don't take that to get where you have to go. From the heart of a poet, since we've been at DTF radio station, you understand what I'm saying? We have been supporting our community. We have been giving out gifts for trivia game shows. We have been honoring domestic violence and cancer survivors weekends. We have been honoring independent artists for showing up with gifts. We have been honored by some of them. But the point is, we have been honored by some of them. A lot of times you're not going to hear how well you're doing and how people really feel about, what you're doing until it's necessary. One time I was thinking, because we first began and our numbers wasn't high, Oh man, they not really paying us no mind until an independent artist named Melody. Y'all go follow her at the official Melody at at the underscore, right? Official underscore Melody underscore. All I know is if you type in the official Melody, she's gonna pop up. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. I want to describe her so bad so that I make sure you guys get her, but just type in. I don't like to describe people by color and stuff, skin types and stuff like that. So what I will say is she's a beautiful young lady with a amazing. Her voice is like a horn and a harmonica and a few things at one time. You understand what I'm saying? Like a Christmas bell. We like Christmas bells. I love Christmas bells. Her voice is amazing, guys. And this young lady came and she thought it not robbery. She didn't think nothing of it. Very selfless and supportive to inform us. Hey, what do you mean? People talk about your show. I want to say shout out to Dolly. Somebody go tell Dolly Gypsy that we shouted her out. We send her love and positive vibes because not for nothing. She was another person that hit me up in the DM months ago and said, keep doing what you're doing because people are talking about your show. And you know what I found out? Going into our topic, how do relationships affect your self-esteem? Because we already talking about it. Part 2, we are closing it out, right? And you know what I realized? You have to believe in what you're doing. People will, they'll let you know, they'll encourage you. They may even inspire you. But if you don't believe that what you're doing is worth it and that you're worthy doing it, nothing anyone say to you would matter. Good morning, everyone. Nothing anyone say to you is gonna have any type of effect, guys. I'm telling you, nothing. It will have no effect. No effect. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Cinnamon Shenanigans. Let me tell you, because guys, we going in, we closing out with listening, understanding, and validating, right? And I do want to talk about why it's important to listen and understand and validate. But we're gonna shift it over to Cinnamon Shenanigans and let her give us a piece of her mind real quick. And then I'm gonna come in with why it's important to listen, understand, and validate while in relationship with oneself and others.
So people, as I said last week, talking about that, they listen with their eyes, unfortunately, not with their ears.
Right.
But as you get older, you also realize that us humans, we're just that unique. And we have our different ways of listening. So sometimes you might think one is not listening, but then it'll be that one moment where it's like, hey babe, you thought I wasn't listening to you, but I heard you.
That's
And
right.
it's where, they say the action speaks louder than words. So that is true. Action definitely speaks louder than words. But it's kinda you gotta have balance. Listen to what the person is saying wholeheartedly. Like sometimes even if you gotta I'm a person, I have a big imagination and I'm also an empath. So like when you're telling me something, I can almost kind of see, and because I can view it that way, I'm very empathetic. And even if I don't agree with what happened, I understand the method to your madness, and I'm not judgmental. That's me. I wish there were more people who were, but you gotta listen wholeheartedly, and just people have to also recognize that people listen in different ways as well.
Right.
They're listening.
Talk about that a little
It'll
bit. Listening in different ways. What do you mean by that?
I mean, you have, like I said, humans are unique. You have we were taught to, you have your ears, your sense of hearing, your eyes to look and see. But you have different types of humans. You have those who, we may consider normal, but I feel like there ain't no such thing as normal.
It's normal, exactly.
There's no such thing, but I'm a parent of special needs, children. You have people that express themselves in different ways.
Right.
So, for example, I say this is not just romantic. Say your relationships at home with your children. Yo, look at me when you talk to me. sometimes it just don't connect, but
Right.
they can still hear you. They have their own way, their own kind of like stimulation that help
Right.
them hear you. And there's the same thing for adults. There's some, different adults walking around. Just because they're different, they just still
Different
deserve to be
adults.
loved and respected.
Right.
And people need to be a little more open-minded and educate themselves. Like, hey, people have different love languages. People have different, you know, expressive languages. And we
That's
just gotta
right.
be a lot more open-minded, and we gotta break cycles. It's okay to still write a love note for your loved one. We see the funny memes on social media. People like, damn, he wrote about how her coochie is so good. Yeah, girl, I love you. It's 20. You know what? It's funny because it went viral, but shit like that is cute. It's the thought that counts. It's the
Right.
little things. Hey, I know you said that you don't like so and so, so I know I kind of messed up, but I try. I get those sometimes. Like, hey,
Okay.
I know you say you didn't like this, and I tried this or whatever. Just be mindful. Just be mindful, and just have an open heart and an open mind. And you know what? If you see that communication is just not working,
Right.
it's okay to just be like, you know what?
Gracefully bow out.
Exactly.
Look,
There's nothing wrong with that.
gracefully bow out. And that goes with, look, watch this. Why is it important to listen? This is why it is important to listen. And we are so ready for your interview. You hear me? You hear me? Yes, Pretty Stormy, we ready for your interview, girl. Now listen, why is it important to listen? Make a conscious effort not just to hear what people are saying, but to take it in, digest it in, and understand. Not only does listening enhance your ability to understand better and make you a better communicator, it also makes the experience of speaking to you more enjoyable to other people. Boy, do I know. Boy, have I experienced this, what I like to call the hard way. Boy, do I not know. Listen, okay? Listen up here, okay? Because baby, it is a horrible thing for a person to say, for you to overhear or hear that a person said, so and so speak with anger, so and so speak to people any type of way. It's really cute with that we act like I don't care. I'm unapologetically me. That is true. However, do I really, 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 really want people to feel that way about me? Is that really what I'm just saying? Is that really what I want people to say about me? And then here I go, an entrepreneur, a radio show host, amongst a few other things, talking about something. I don't care what people think. Give me a second. I would never live according to what any of you think. However, I represent something. I believe in something. And all of that is greater than me. So, with that being said, I'm here to let you guys know I really do care what you. I care if I offend you. I care if I say something and I really, really just want to be understood. Yet I lost patience and it came out rougher, a lot more rough than what it needed to. I care. So with that, I realize that understanding can improve explanatorily when one has more true beliefs about correct explanations, and true beliefs are fundamental and very valuable, right? Understanding can improve scientifically when one has safer beliefs as a result of engaging in effective conversation, right? Why is it important to understand how others feel? Empathy is important because it helps us understand how others are feeling so we can respond appropriately to the situation. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You gotta listen to yourself too, though.
Okay, talk about that. She said I gotta listen to myself. We gotta listen to ourselves.
So, backtrack what we were saying, if you either need to bow out or, you got things you need to work on.
Right.
When you're going through the stress, just like when you're experiencing joy and happiness, your body's gonna tell you. And if being around certain people, you get a headache, or just bad energy, then it ain't that much love or care in the world. Some people you just don't
do.
It.
That's right.
It's okay if y'all not on the same plateau. Don't force it.
Right.
If your body is telling you, I don't really get, there's something about this person I'm not feeling.
Right.
And your body is telling you, it's not an assumption, because if you go and test it, you find out, I should listen
to myself.
I have something I can attest to.
That's a fact.
You gotta be in tune with yourself, but you also have to be mindful. Like, okay, with this situation, is there anything that I'm doing that is, how am I presenting myself?
That's right.
Presenting myself in a positive way. If I'm doing that negative way, well, what can I do to not do that? Because sometimes, we get a little triggered and we tend to act out when we're not supposed to, but still gotta be in tune so you can be aware of your surroundings.
And that's a major fact, because at the end of the day, guys, for some of us, acting out is maxed out. Even God himself is like, okay, time's up. Time's up. It's either you sink or swim. It's like it's either you live or die. Shout out to Billy motherfucking Jean on our live this morning. Shout out to all of you. What's going on for no reason? What's going on? Costello, what's going on, y'all? Listen, YouTube. These are people on our IG lives. We got to make sure we know they here. You heard? So listen, and that goes right into validation. She just spoke of validating oneself, right? But we're going to speak of validating oneself and each other, okay? Watch this. Communicating acceptance. When you validate your own emotions or someone else's, you are showing that you care. Yourself need to know that you care. Yourself need to know that you give a goddamn about yourself. Because yourself go through so much in the years from the time we were born up until whatever age you are. Yourself has been through so much, even if it's not trauma. Exactly. Yourself has really gone through something. We don't really never think about that. We do often stop with, validating each other. But that was really yourself. What about me? What about the parts of me that need to be validated? And this is why a lot of my relationships have been extremely toxic, y'all, because I wanted them to validate me, not having done the work on myself first. How dare me? Talking about some God, he the God, because a lot of us who believe, come on, we're going to go there, whatever spiritual group of people you're connected to, a lot of us who have faith, right, we like to go, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm just going to have to go there because I'm a Christian believer, guys. I have to touch it. I don't know how to just cover up, y'all, because it is what it is, right? And I really, 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 really want to be real. And a lot of us Christian believers, from my personal experience and those who I am close with and have experienced with them, right? We have a habit of God this and God that and God this and God that. I said we, y'all. We, me. You heard? And it don't work like that. You can't be so heavenly bound that earthly good. Now that don't make no sense now. Right? Because you want people to understand you, right? And you want to understand yourself. And with that being said, for real though, how in the hell somebody else will validate you? You ain't gonna believe them any damn way. Hello? You ain't gonna believe a goddamn thing that they done said because you ain't took time to do that work, listening to yourself. And the God of your understanding for your life, understanding yourself, and the God of your understanding for your life, and validating yourself, my Lord, and the God of understanding for your life, in order for you to even be receptive to that type of energy, which is why I kept attracting, pieces of my weaknesses. My goodness, I didn't even know that was going to come out. Woo! I say in one of my spoken word poems that it's like it's like my whole life I've been my own mistress. I really meant that. I didn't have the full understanding yet, but I really, really, really meant that. And that's a fairly new poem. Growth moves as quickly as you move. And start to discipline yourself from within. But for real, y'all, for real. You understand what I'm talking about? So watch this. And look, it helps with better emotional regulation, guys. So it doesn't hurt to go, Billy motherfucking Jean got bars. Cinnamon Shenanigans is an amazing writer. B.E. Lease is a dope-ass lyricist. Phoenix Rocks is a fire overall creator and event curator. I mean, I can keep going. It doesn't hurt to say that No Time for Small Talk is a banging ass. I like the title of that radio podcast. You hear me? It doesn't hurt to say that. It doesn't hurt to say that I like the Purpose Talk radio show, Ebony J. It doesn't hurt to say that, y'all. It doesn't hurt to say that CP the DJ is a dope-ass DJ. I love the way he MC on the mic. It doesn't hurt to say that Blazing Fire TV is a dope support system as much as he's able to. It really don't hurt to override your own emotional disturbances in your little stuff but I have a habit of believing every thought of my own, y'all. And I'm working on that thing, y'all. So excuse me as I falter on my journey, right? But for real, it really don't hurt, and not for nothing, I'm learning these things. So I really apologize to those of you who will see this or hear about it and be like, she full of it. That's not my experience with her. I understand I may be the villain in some of y'all story, but the last shall be first. Hello. And the first shall be last. I've always been last. So, and look, it can better when people feel that others hear and understand them, it can help lessen the intensity of strong emotions. And I am so done right there with that. Now somebody tell me, goddammit, for real, somebody gonna have to help me out. Somebody tell me something. So come on, somebody tell me something. We go ahead. Listen, you can close us out, Cinnamon Shenanigans. We're gonna spin right off to our independent artist music rotation. Good morning to everyone who is just joining us. Good morning to everyone who has been on with us from the start. Good morning to those of you who will see this later on when we are no longer live, but it will be posted. Shout out to all of you. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys. You guys are so dope, and you help make the day. So thank you so much. And I believe Cinnamon Shenanigans got some music for us up in the building. Oh, she got one of the new ishness. Hold on, we wanna play some music for y'all real quick. Give us a second. We gonna work this thing out. You want to give them a poem, one of your poems, while I work this thing out? We're gonna work this thing out. Now, for those of you who are on From the Heart of a Poet IG Live, I need you guys to shift over, right, and go to From the Heart of a Poet YouTube Live, because we are going to shift over, right? From the Heart of a Poet Live is always off and on, but Noontime Radio Live and our YouTube Live is on throughout the duration of the entire show. So you guys, please, all 4 and 3 of you who are still on our From the Heart of a Poet IG Live, please go over to our YouTube Live and watch us there, or you can go to IG Live at Noontime Radio Station. I love you guys. God bless you. And we are going to transition. In transitioning, I want to remind you guys, we are having an amazing event coming up. Yes, yes, yes. It will be our very first erotic poetry and art event. Y'all, yes, the glow up. You hear me? It's about to show up. You know what I'm talking about? We will be having that event at Drip BK Cafe, a black-owned business, y'all. Shout out to black-owned businesses and entrepreneurs supporting one another. My goodness, I am so grateful to the owner of Drip BK, Mitch, and his staff is very, very supportive, y'all, and I am so grateful to them. I am so grateful to them for real. So, guys, make sure you check out our wall, okay? Check out our wall at From the Heart of a Poet. All of our flyers are up there, okay? If you would like to perform as far as the spoken word artist, please DM us ASAP at From the Heart of a Poet. I will accept people. We are still accepting people. Listen, if you walk through the door and say I want to perform, we give it up like that. But try not to do that. Walk through the door days early, look, weeks early. Try to let us know ahead of time so that we can put you in, fill you in the slot, properly, so that the time can flow more effectively. But y'all ain't ready for these performances I have lined up for y'all for this erotic poetry and paint. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. But I'm gonna need y'all to get ready. You heard? Because I'm gonna need y'all to get ready. So, shout out to Genuine Beauty and Cinnamon Shenanigans. You can go follow both of them. Yeah, I don't know if y'all forgot, but my co-host is definitely an independent artist, an amazing writer. And yes, we are going to play Warbucks by at Genuine Beauty and at Cinnamon Shenanigans. Get ready, y'all. Get ready, y'all. Get ready, y'all. Is this about to go down? Oh.
We don't fight, we don't argue, we just write love songs and charge you. Got a dream on my mind, that's my point of view. Forget, money make it come. Call me daddy or box, and damn daddy or box. If you don't like it, I can get simple fucks, and I can get simple fucks, and I can get simple fucks. These niggas soft as hell, so let me warm them up. I got a groovy lady me at Starbucks. I wanna solve all that in Mr. Warbucks. My diamonds listening, don't get starstruck. I press the drip, show me what you know what's up. HBS from my cup. I'm sipping on the fucking hater rate. Nigga, my motherfucking do say I can't help a bitch, I'm fucking self-made. Bitch, I'm about big money, so that I'm being paid. We don't fight, we don't argue, we just write them songs and charge you. Got green on my mind, that's my point of view. Fucking it, money make it come. Call me daddy or box, and damn daddy or box. If you don't like it, I can give simple fucks, and I can give simple fucks, and I can give simple fucks, and I can give simple fucks. Triple down, I was in the motivation. Hey, nigga, bitch, you sing, think of why you making. Hey, fitted shit, stands on my shirt, I get a hey. Money over here, bitch, shouting, ain't no rapping. Racks on racks on racks on racks on racks on racks. ATF, bitch, all about no spam. 20K, that's the stack. Yeah, I'm thinking poppin' tail with that Louis rag. Oh, that, so I'm thinking that put it back. You can rock with me. charging. God ain't on my mind, that's my point. Yeah. Fuck that, money make it come. Call me that I wanna rise. Yeah, that I wanna rise. If you don't like it, I can give zero fucks. And I can give zero fucks. And I can give zero fucks.
Yeah, and we can give zero fucks. And I can give zero fucks. Nah, chill. That's my favorite part right there. Yes, that's my favorite part right there. Thank you so much. For no reason, thank you so much. God bless you. We really received that. For no reason said, had to come check out the live. Great show the other day. Needed a little more. Listen, you can have it all. Check us out. Listen, if you want to, DM us. You can stop by. Get it live and direct. You heard? In person, live and direct. That's the type of love we show up in here. You know what I mean? Yeah, so shout out to Warbucks. Shout out to Warbucks. It was that high note. If you don't like it, I don't give, no, if you don't like it, I can give zero fucks. And I can give zero fucks. See, it was that part. It's that part. It's that part for me. It's that zero fucks, okay? But y'all go follow at Genuine Beauty and at Cinnamon Shenanigans on Instagram and support our independent artists. We are gonna go over to, listen. We are going to play Toxic by Chi Chi the singer. You can go follow this independent artist at Chi Chi the singer on Instagram. You heard? Toxic. Watch this though. Watch this. Oh, I got a hold for that.
I'm not the bitch to be fucking with. I'm not the sweetheart type that you cutting with. Best friend, I'm always with the
Hey.
Bougie lifestyle, and we ducking it. Yeah, I love the weed, I will work it too. Indulging the stuff that we rock to. Just give me some stimulation.
Cause I'm like, I don't know. If you can.
I find I'm toxic, but I like it toxic. Emotions spinning really bad for you. Trying to have me a good time, so please don't blow my heart. Makes you wanna smoke forever, better again. One time get caught in high girl.
What?
What's the vibe? It's not enough shit. I'm preoccupied. My mind is toxic, and I need to process. I'm not fine. I'm toxic, but I like it toxic. I say me nonsense. I'm toxic, pretty much just me bad boy.
And I like it toxic. No save me nonsense. But yeah, I like that song. People who could carry a low note like that, that is so fire. Let me really bad for you. It takes more air than y'all know. It takes a lot more breath than y'all know. That thing, all right, Chi Chi the singer. Y'all go follow her at Chi Chi the damn singer. That song is beautiful and amazing. We are going to shift over and we are going to play Rewake by LB Leo Bars. You can go follow him on IG at LB Leo Bars. Give it up for Rewake, y'all. And it's on his Rewake album on YouTube. You can go look all streaming platforms, y'all. Oh.
Don't wait till it's sweet, sweet. It's a wake up to your family. Real G. I'm just giving you.
Give it up for Big Al, y'all. That's the
To
producer.
make me guilty. Music to feel free.
Gotta touch your spirit every time you hear it. There were never gimmicks hidden in my lyrics. I was entertaining when I started living. I'm in a 2-minute free body bigger. Visions that I roll on sketch. Typical mindset, so far-fetched.
What?
Times I roll my shit. Was afraid of direction that the world goes.
What he said?
Look
What he said?
I stayed around. I'm looking at cops.
What?
I'm in the jungle. It's bad cops.
What?
So my business
Moving like black ops.
Woo! Generations, mad cops. Like the detective stuff in the bird box. Spitting the truth and making the words pop. I kill them with the version.
What?
So these words stop fucking with the vultures.
What?
Superb options.
He's fine.
They stuck in the river. Just the poster. You know when doctors come to the
What? Stand up country, y'all.
This thing to heal my business. No cuts. We gotta eat this up. We don't like it. Just like the bell spoon. Messages that we spread like that song stay cold.
What?
They think it's virus. Fighting our finest. But the hell is like king? Like it's a pirate. Oh. Keep it silence. My aim is focused on the virus. We didn't show my stuff. Got a lot of fire. I'm going to make everything right. Unless you fight for it. Let's make it go. I don't love it. Change it. I tell it everything. Every girl. Red blue. What's the worst thing? It should be quite clear. You really take this is just me. Should be crazy. Do the worst. That's how you handle it. That's how you manage it. Stay progressive.
Hey.
Oh. Between any juice.
What?
Take the pressure off. You keep the pressure off. Anybody that's able.
What?
Bring it in romance. Y'all say. You don't really need no y'all say. Back into the game. Then back into the game. Love makes it naturally the same.
What?
I'm just giving you a real me. Guilty.
Look what he said. Look what he said.
Put my chicks in the grave. Place my chicks in my coffin.
Look.
Don't remember my name. All action was talking. You should love me while I live. You should love me while I'm here. You should love me while I live. You should love me while I'm here. Put my chains in my grave. Place my chicks in my coffin. Don't remember my name. More action, let's talk. You should love me while I live. You should love me while I'm here. You should love me while I live. You should love me while I'm here.
Yeah. Ah. Yes. That's my twin. Excuse the pop. That was so unprofessional, but you know, that was my joy. Give it up for Rewake by LB Leo Bars. You can go follow him at LB Leo Bars on Instagram. Tell him from the Heart of Poet Morning Show sent you. Tell him from the Heart of a Poet Morning Show sent ya. Make sure, guys, you go follow these artists. You subscribe to their YouTube channels and all that other good stuff. Now we getting ready to turn up a little bit. We're gonna turn up a little bit. Alright? The next artist coming up, next independent artist name is Picasso. You can go follow him at Picasso something. It's at Picasso something. Guys, before the show ends, I'm gonna give you his Instagram appropriately. But I don't remember his by heart. However, you can go follow him. If you put at Piccasso, he will come up. Okay? Give it up for his song Bad Girl up next. We're gonna turn up. Are you ready? Oh. Oh. Rosa, she wanna be shy, but she wanna bust it open. What? In the slow motion, girl. Hey, oh, he said, girl, talk to me. What? 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 She talking to the wise guy. What? What? Yo, we got a couple dunks like Mike. Girl. Girl. Talk to me. So that you're inside, who caused me? What? Huh? Hey. Yeah. She wanna be shy, but she wanna bust it open. Hold on. Yeah. When you was young, you make the face. Yes! Give it up for Bad Gal. Bad Gal by Picasso, guys. Give it up for Bad Gal. Go follow him. Go follow him. Go follow him. All right. Give it up for So Soon on the Way. Give it up for our guest on the way so soon. We're going to have an amazing live interview. He's going to close us out for the day. All right. Listen, you know when we turn up, the turn up hat is like a volume button, right? So it goes higher and higher and higher. So give it up for 10:15, which is one of my very favorite songs. Listen. Newtown Radio Station. Newtown Radio. They knew how I was about this song at DTF Radio, okay? DTF Radio Station knew how From the Heart of a Poet and its host is about this song. So listen here. I ain't gonna get up and wiggle nothing, but I want you guys to join us as we rock to 10:15 by At Him Legendary and At Zeke Don 1. Give it up. Rotate. Breakfast party, 6:30 to 1 past 10. 6:30 to 1 past 10. Y'all get up with them little friends. I'm Steve from RTIN. Hey! Hey! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! With your little friends, I'm Steve from RTIN. 6:30 to 1 past 10. 6:30 to 1 past 10. Your boom boom, wind up your boom boom. Your two you, your kiss make you play something. Good news, y'all looking at your life, she confused. Money ain't a best friend, she get them. You're in a first class, you left them. Breakfast party, 10. 6:30 to 1 past 10. 6:30 to 1 past 10. Let's get rock, you girl and the friends. I'm Steve from RTIN. 6:30 to 1 past 10. Hey! 6:30 to 1 past 10. Hey! Listen. Now, Newtown Radio, don't tell me y'all ain't like that shit. Don't tell me that y'all didn't like that goddamn song. Okay? Listen, that song that had you make a mistake at your office desk. You understand what I'm talking about? At work in front of your students. You for real. You know how you walking into the building, right? And you got your music on coming into work, and you really been holding it down all the way through, right? And you got your little music, and all of a sudden, it's just that one piece of that beat that really, really, really makes you just, you know what I'm talking about? That's that type of song right there. You be walking in the office building and going and just going and you know, you real regular. And then all of a sudden you get up in the elevator. Now you finally got a chance to stand still while you listening to your shit. You done forgot you was in the work elevator. You all of a sudden you start moving and shit. They don't even know you move like that at work. You know what I'm talking about? Word. Shout out to 10:15. At Him Legendary, at Zeke Dawn. You can go follow them both. We are going to spin off, play some more independent artist music. We are now going to go all the way to Jamaica. We're going to Jamaica, guys. We're going to Jamaica. All right? So check it out. Give it up for Team Spin. I'm going to need you guys to go follow them at team.spin.seaview. Yes, them are in Jamaica. Shout out to the Huntley Cofinci family, the family of my co-producer, all right, videographer, photographer, Blazing Fire TV. Because of that bridge, we were connected all the way in Jamaica. So give it up for this song, Life We Live, by Team Spin.
Here, guys. How you doing? How you doing? All right, then. Spend your day, bro. Bring life. Get up off of the queen, with the money and dance, bird up in the dance, 5 bucks in the bar,
My joy, yeah! My joy! Take a gal in a night, take a gal in a day, make your phone feel like what? It's a life that we live, it's a life that we live. Something like an ice on the fridge, to my guys on the day, look at gal chocolate. I'm sending life, it's a life that we live, it's a life that we live. Something
like the eyes on the bridge, my eyes on the days, look like y'all shut the eyes. When I go to the car, millions fast fight, there's some school that go. Tell them the fast fight, it's like a last of mine, it's like a last of time. We don't reach the one, just cross the line. On the line, champion, make a cross the mind. Get up here, someone, just like a last of mine. Make every man can go on, we up and smile. Bring them out and gone, more love of mine. More integration, more collaboration. Fight for money, we fight the nation. Oh, it's like a celebration.
My voice right there, y'all. We party up in here. Yeah. On our way. Hey. It's just a life I live. Why? Yeah. Yes, it's just the life that we live, guys. It's just the life that we live. It's just the life that we live. Yes, it's just the life that we live. Listen, give it up for Independent Artist Music Rotation Hour. This is Independent Artist Music Rotation Hour, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be here begin on Tuesday nights from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Sorry. We will be here from the Heart of a Poet Morning Show at Newtown Radio Station Tuesday nights, every other Tuesday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. beginning Tuesday, November 30th. Beginning Tuesday, November 30th from the Heart of a Poet Morning Show will be live and direct at Newtown Radio Station from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. beginning November 30th. Join us. All right. Make sure you guys join us. Make sure you guys join us. All right. We are going to play another dope song by Team Sping. We are going to play another dope song by Team Sping, all right? So this song is titled Clean When We Step, all right? Give it up for Team Sping all the way in Jamaica, clean when we step. How many of you guys are clean when you step? Yeah. Look, he said, here we go. Look what it says. women stepping out the streets. Give it up for Team Spring for being clean when they stepping out the streets.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna play. See, this is one of my joints right here, right? We are going to play. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because I know y'all probably gonna be like,
Is that up? Yeah.
I know y'all probably gonna be like, every song she played is her favorite. But check this out. I'm grateful that I have a list of independent artist music that I like just as much as I like the mainstream artist music. So shout out to that talent and give it up for our guest who just walked in the building so soon is here. So we are getting ready to close this whole today's show out with his interview. All right, they can hear y'all. So shout out to him in the building. We are gonna play "Sexy" by Stormy Murphy and Bossy V. You can go follow Stormy at Stormy Murphy the Emperor, and you can go follow Bossy V at Bossy V. Give it up for my song "Sexy." Get ready for me to be on the remix, y'all. Y'all didn't know, but now y'all know. The remix is coming out with yours truly on it. Y'all know this remix is about to get real spicy, right? So give it up for "Sexy," y'all. And he came in here handsome, y'all.
Shout out to Jack. Starting Murphy, Boston V.
Oh.
More fire.
I'm gonna take the drop.
More fire. Ready?
Oh. That's what we are. Check it out. Sassy, yeah, you like it. How we know? Don't worry. Baby, you know what it is. Hurry up!
Don't worry, I'll keep going. Just let me take your hand. If you don't mind, baby, you should know what it is. It's
All right, y'all. Give it up for Stormy Murphy and Bossy B. That ends today's independent artist music rotation. Thank you so much to those of you who has joined us, who are just joining us, who will join us later, and thank you to those of you who have been on with us ever since we have been on since about 10, 15, I would say. So shout out to you. So listen, we're gonna go right into it. So Soon is in the building. We are not going to prolong the time at all. We jumping straight in head first. So give it up for today's guest, So Soon, up in our building. All right, give it up to him as he reintroduces himself to all of you and tell us a little bit about himself as to why he is here today, because he is a MC and he is also a teaching artist. So if you're anything like me, you want to know what's up. So turning it right over to So Soon. What's going on, So Soon?
Good. Glad to
In the
be
building.
here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn on a Monday morning. How y'all doing?
We doing wonderful. It felt like we were supposed to hear a Wendy Williams. How y'all doing? Like the way he introduced, that was so wonderful. He said that. Say that again. Do that again.
What's going on? Happy to be in Williamsburg, Brooklyn on a Monday morning.
How y'all doing? We really need Wendy. Shout out to Wendy Williams, y'all. How y'all doing? Go tell them we said how y'all doing. Shout out to Rating TV on our live right now. Shout out to her. Guys, get ready because From the Heart of a Poet and From the Heart of a Poet Morning Show will be on Rain TV. I need you guys to go subscribe to Rain TV on Roku. Come on. Come on. Come on. I said that? I said that right? All right, so let's get it. So talk to us. You are, first of all, let's stop at MC. Because see, when I look at you, I hear dope MC. So hook us up and let us know what makes you an MC and what makes you a dope MC. What is an MC?
Well, you know, I mean, if you don't know it,
Right,
then
you're
I
about
don't
to
know.
find out.
But MC is a master of ceremonies. That's what it's always meant since the beginning of hip hop culture. And what makes me a dope MC, I mean, I've been doing it for 21 years, which is over half my life at this point. And so I hope that doing it for so long that I bring something worthy. So yeah. But I think passion is really important as well. Self-assessment, knowing, you know, where you can grow, knowing where your strengths are, and knowing how to exploit those things. So that's what makes me an MC.
Listen, period. I heard you. You know when you want to ask a question out of a question, but the person answered the question so eloquently that all you could do is ask the next shit? Right, that's just what just happened right now. He don't MC me the hell out just now. He straightened me out real good. Like, I don't know what she thought. But it's a Monday morning, and we're not about to be here for 15 minutes on one question. So let me help her ass the hell out. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, and that is definitely what makes a dope MC overall, and that really is what MC is. You are a teaching artist, and you have a platform on Instagram and everything, and a brand that I want to touch all of you bases. So tell us about yourself as a teaching artist.
So yeah, I mean, I started that about a decade ago. I'm not as active, but I do. So like, I work with a crew called Fifth Element Education, And we travel to colleges and universities from time to time, like talking about ways you can implement hip hop culture into the larger music education. Because often when we think about music education on a collegiate level, well, not just collegiate, like period, it's
Right.
often like white classical music, European, and what I always say is that like let's remove hip hop. Fine, just play devil's advocate for a second. Let's remove hip hop from it, right? American music has such deep roots. So, but America has these moments when it picks and chooses when it wants to wave the red, white, and blue. But when I'm in college, learning about classical music, and that's music 101, what are we really talking about? What is the American tradition? Where's the blues? Where's the jazz? Where's the funk? Where's the R&B? You know what I'm saying? Where's the bluegrass, the country? And most of these are all black genres, by the way. We're not going to get into that. But
that's a fact.
When we talk about what hip hop can do, just not only learning about the music, but also learning about the culture, it provides so many different outlets for learning and teaching. So we talk about that a lot. So that's kind of more what teaching art looks like for me these days. But I did a lot of teaching young people how to write, record, perform for about a decade as well. So
really?
Yeah.
All right, and amazingly, Amish Productions, which is my company, is about education and entertainment.
Word.
So guys, get ready for the great collab.
Word up.
Get ready for the great, hold on. The great contractual collab. When you're doing business, it's business.
Word up.
I'm amazed. I'm grateful. You are definitely salt in the earth. You know what I mean? You're like a light in a dark place, and that's really, really dope.
Thank you.
We definitely have to get you down to talk to our students.
Just say the word.
No, for real. However, you are also, you own a brand.
I do.
Talk about your brand and then go into your platform on IG.
Word. So it's called So Soonish. It was birthed out of the pandemic.
And what that name mean? Come on.
So just to backtrack a little bit. So my name So Soon is an acronym for sound of something out of nothing.
Say that again.
Sound of something out of nothing.
And that is his affirmation for the moment. That's the inspirational quote from our guest this month.
Word up. And I mean, for me, that name is just like what hip hop music represents. This idea of like having nothing and making something out of it. It's done that since its introduction. The culture of the music has done that since the 70s when it was first birthed. And so as an extension of that, my brand, So Soonish, is just basically like so soon to shit. You know what I'm saying? So can we curse on here? Curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just make sure.
Listen, y'all let him know we are uncensored. Be your absolute self.
Just making sure. So yeah, it was birthed out of the pandemic. Actually, my cousin, who was the co-executive producer of a project I dropped last year called Sony Quarantine, the first full-length project dedicated to the pandemic and the quarantine. You can fact check that and confirm we haven't found anything that was released prior to that project that fully talked about and reflected on the pandemic. And so we wound up doing a deluxe edition of the project a few months later. We added 4 additional songs to it, and he was like, "Yo, you should bring in some merch into it to like compel people to tap back into the project." And so we did an additional shirt in collaboration with another brand called Be Blessed, which is what I'm wearing on my head now. And then from there, I was inspired to start my own. So, and then I also add that I'm now owner of Be Blessed as well. So I actually have 2 brands. So yeah. So that's how that came about. Say it again.
I said Black excellence.
You know, I'm trying to be like you, 6, 7 talents off top,
You
and then
know
a couple in the tuck that you may or may not tell people about. I do my research, so you know. I see you, sis. I see you.
Listen, I'm behind the scenes, behind the curtains. Listen.
Those are the most dangerous people.
Listen, I don't know what he's talking about, y'all. I don't know who he talking about. I don't know what's going on. I'm just kidding. No, for real. So wait a minute. I want to go to this edition of that. That's amazing. Can you give us a little bit of, without us hearing it, give us some of the songs without us hearing the music. Meaning, like, if you could sum up like different songs on the deluxe track, what would be the message? What would be the sound? Where would we find it?
The general synopsis of the project is it's almost like a oh my god, I'm losing my words. This is the morning hitting me. like a time, not like a time capsule. That's what I was looking for. It's like a time capsule of what it was like to experience the pandemic, particularly in New York City, because we have a really dense population, and so the rules are so unique for us than it is for like anywhere north of like Yonkers or Westchester. You know what I'm saying? Like once you start hitting Westchester County, it's different up there. New York State is different. Outside of the state is different. You know, Cali probably can relate to us. But there's not too many states, cities in this country that can relate to the experience that we had and are still experiencing. And so, like, the first song on the project is called 31120, and that I call it that because that was the day I first put pen and paper to start on this project. And basically, what inspired me was I'm sitting at home, you know, there's things happening that was like, okay, something's about to happen, but we don't know the full extent of it. And I was watching ball, and it was the New Orleans Pelicans playing, I think, the Atlanta Hawks, and they canceled the game in real time before it started. So I was like, oh, now I know shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And so I was reflecting on what was happening in that moment. And as the project builds up, there's this primary focus on different elements of the pandemic. There's a song called Fuckboy, which is not based on a true story, but it's fun. And it's like a dude like kicking it to a woman through like Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Like virtually trying to kick it, you know, whatever. So there's that. And then at the very end, the day before the day that I was planning on releasing it, I'm like mixing, recording, trying to put the final touches on the project.
Stop right there. I don't know if that was supposed to slide past us, but I'm sure that my co-host, as I fixed my little fro in the front, heard when he said, a double, I was mixing. A double, I was mixing. I'm just saying, y'all heard that, right? All these independent artists, y'all heard. I was mixing. All these studios looking for an engineer. I was mixing.
Well, I don't want to jump the gun because I'm not a trained studio engineer, but I have enough skill set to be able. I had enough skill set to get it to a good enough quality where I could put it out. And then in the deluxe edition of the project, I sent all the files to an engineer that I have a good relationship with. So like I know how to record, I know how to do enough basic mixing, but there's a lot of fine tuning that I don't know.
So the mastering is what.
Right. But I saved the time. It literally changed my ability to create music just from that experience of creating that project, because it was the first time I really at home set up a like in-home studio, really inexpensive, and was able to get the recording done on my own. It just saved hours of time, and it also allowed me to take wear a larger hat as a producer. And when I say producer, for those who don't understand, there's so many different definitions to what a producer is. They're not just a beat maker. Like Puff, for example, is not a beat maker. He's a producer because he would explain to the engineer what to do. He would explain to the artist what to do, how to say, so on and so forth. So I was able to add all those things that just made it so much more easier. So when I was working on the project, the day before I was planning on releasing it, is when I finally looked at the footage for Ahmaud Arbery. And I was avoiding it because I knew it was going to have a heavy impact on me, right? And so now in this time, we're seeing people getting riled up from that. And so I wrote the song Tired, which at that time was the last song on the project. And that's when it was like, that was that moment for me. It was like, oh, it isn't just about being safe from this airborne virus that we don't even know what the fuck it is. It's also still impacting our people on a disproportionate level. So we still got to be afraid to go out in the streets and do regular shit. And I'm a runner, you know what I'm saying? I do run. And so that's why the Ahmaud Arbery situation impacted me even more. I'm like a black man, I'm afraid to run now, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that was that. And in the deluxe edition, it was more on the like radical, spewing anger kind of thing, because my co-executive producer was like, look, I know that this was an exhaustive process for you creating this project, but I feel like you got more in the tank. And I was like, fuck you, it wasn't. We did the thing in 2 months. Wrote, recorded, and released it in 2 months. And then the deluxe came out like maybe 3 more months. I think we dropped the original in May, you know what I'm saying? And then the deluxe came out in September.
Where can we find the music?
It's available on all streaming platforms, YouTube, if folks, because I know not everybody's
streaming.
Right, exactly. So I'm not big on SoundCloud because they just capture every little sample, whatever, and then just won't allow you to upload shit. YouTube will just say, if they catch it, they'll just say, okay, we're just gonna make money off of you.
Right.
And redirect anything, any unclear stuff or any stuff you're using without permission to the, rights owners or whatever, but it can still go up there. So YouTube is available, and then all the streaming platforms.
And your brand, where could we purchase your clothing?
You can go to shopsosoonish.com
Shopsosoonish.com.
or beblessedcode.com.
Okay, I want to ask you, who is your favorite rapper and why?
Growing up, it was Busta Rhymes, and I realized probably like 7, 8 years into when I actually was, a creative, that he had influenced what I do as an artist more than I realized. It was never intentional. I think some people find an artist in somebody that inspires them, and they might purposely take on certain qualities of that artist or person, but it just kind of happened sake, if you will, you know what I'm saying? But like, so Cadence is one of my really strong as an artist, and that's something that I inadvertently got from, listening, being influenced by Busta Rhymes. Flow as well, that's another one of my weapons. And I have the bars as well, but that's not necessarily my go-to. Like I'm not a Jada Kiss, Fab kind of punchline rapper. I have them, but it's not like every other bar you're gonna hear a new punchline. It's more like I'm very much a storyteller. And I think Busta Rhymes also, he outside of the singles, if you're a fan of Busta Rhymes and you really listen deep catalog stuff, you know that he's a storyteller as well. So
yeah, hit you with no delay, and so what you
right. Word up.
That's a conversation.
Right.
That's a narrative conversation.
Right.
Hit you with no delay, and so what you say, yo?
Word
Silly
up.
right now. I have a Busta Rhymes moment up in here. Let me ask you a question about the topic. We've been talking about how do relationships affect your self-esteem. Thank you for joining us earlier as well as you were on your way. I'd like to know one point from you about listening, understanding, and validating oneself.
Wow, that's a lot of things, and I feel like I can tackle that from so many different angles. So I'll use real life experience. So I'm in a 8-year relationship. I knew going into the relationship that the biggest asset that I bring is I'm a good listener. I think I attract a lot of good energy around me because I'm a good listener and I'm a non-judgmental listener, right? So I think that's a great quality. What I thought I was good at, but realized before at, was open and effective communication. Like being able to communicate in the moment. I would like clam up when I was upset out of fear of that whole conversation around like how Black men are socialized to only experience two emotions, extreme joy or extreme anger and rage, right? And so for me, it wasn't necessarily anger or rage, but there's a lot of emotions in between that I didn't know I had experienced when something was happening in a relationship. So I had to like understand what my partner's needs were and be able to adapt. And so I think that through many challenges that we've had, we're a much stronger team because of different things that we've been able to adapt to individually and collectively. So, and ask the question one more time. So I want to make sure I address all the points. You talked about like self.
One point about understanding and validating oneself and others.
Well, I think it's important as humans to just always be in self-reflection mode. You know what I'm saying? Self-evaluation mode, right? If you get stuck in your ways and just feel content in being who you are, and it's clear either from the universe, the people around you, that like there's challenges that you're experiencing and you're not willing to at least attempt to tackle them. How can you be a good partner? How can you be a good employee? How can you be a good friend? How can you be a good sibling, a good child to your parent or parents or parental figures? How can you be good to yourself to your point? And that's what I heard when I was in the car on the way here. You were talking about your own reflections on like casting negative energy onto former partners, not that there was a lot of self-work that needs to be done. I think we can all relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like you sit there and blame everybody else instead of looking within yourself and being like, what the fuck am I doing in this situation that I can, be better?
Because the thing about that for me is it doesn't matter to me how wrong when I have something really deep that I need to work on.
Right.
I'm gonna say it again. It really does not matter how wrong you are if I have something deep I need to work on, because real talk, you know, it amazes me how life works.
Right.
Because it will hit you before it bless you.
Right. Right.
When you know
right.
better. And sometimes we forget that we know better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this morning's moment of recognition went out to my New Life Tabernacle and the fellowship community, right? Because I was really blessed by the service. Right?
Nice.
And one of the things that was said, look, it's simple. It's just simple. It's simple how I lost my train of thought, and you're about to help me pick it back up.
Something that you got from
No, but what I said before that.
Oh,
it's the morning hitting me too, y'all. The morning hitting me too, y'all.
It was something
talking about self-reflection.
Right. So what happened is, all right, I can't remember it, so I can just finish it. What happened is, I was talking about self-reflection, right? And that's some of the things that they were discussing yesterday in the service. I am so grateful that I'm a part of a spiritual group of people who did not forget that we are completely human and are very transparent and not so heavily bound that they are no earthly good, guys. Because for real, that self-reflection is really important, because yeah, God will deal with you first. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to say. Mm-hmm. God will definitely deal with you first. I know this. The person would have beat you behind. I mean, the day you a black eye, and you'll be so surprised at how God will literally still point at you for you, and wait for you to respond to that first before you can receive the blessing of comfort that comes with knowing God is listening and understanding your pain, son. So you can get that validation that you need from your higher power. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, that's all I'm saying, God. That's all I'm saying on this one. So yes, and validation. What do you think about validation? And we'll close with that.
So I think that this all ties into kind of like what we're talking about. Ultimately, you can't rely on other people to validate you. If you haven't done the self-work, then you'll be looking around for forever. I'm gonna tell you a quick story that ties all this together. Mm-hmm. I had a moment around 6 years ago where I thought I was gonna stop writing, stop creating, because I felt like I wasn't at the level of success that I wanted to be. And what I realized very quickly is that I had to reassess what success looked like for me. And one of the things that it doesn't necessarily look like is waiting around for people to validate, okay, I got X amount of music on streaming, and I can't tell because people are listening, and I don't know for certain that they're listening, but let's say I hit my friend up and I'm like, yo, let's drop. And I don't get no follow-up. I put something out on social media that's related to the music, and I get 10 likes, but I post something about my fashion, me being fly, or pick me, you know, like what I have on today, and it's 100, 200 likes, whatever. So I'm like, what? So they're not fucking with the music? But I'm sitting around waiting for validation instead of recognizing and being too busy forgetting what I've been able to do up to this point. 21 years I've been doing this. I've traveled because of this. I tell people all the time, 80% of the people I know at this stage of my life, and I know a lot of people, are somehow because of music. I met my partner in the very beginning stages of when I was becoming a teaching artist, because I volunteered with her when she was teaching in a junior high school after school program. And then we started dating, and here we are 8 years later, you know what I'm saying? And she's impacted my life in so many amazing ways and a great support. So shout out to Sam, I think she's working. So
shout out to you, Sam!
You know, it's impacted.
Shout out to you, Sam, girl!
So, you know, yeah, that validation, if you're waiting for other people to validate you, then you've already lost half the battle, so.
And with that being said, we close our show out for today. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Can I give a quick shout out?
You can give a couple of shout outs.
Reverend Cash, first of all, shout out to you for finding me and inviting me up here. I really appreciate that. Shout out to the end of the week, because that's when you hit me up after I've done that showcase a few weeks ago. So shout out to the end of the week. And shout out to my Ghost Squad fam that's been up and alive. Tony INC, King Virtue. Who else was up here? Joel ID, F. Gons, everybody from the Ghost Squad. Thank y'all. And yeah, I'm really grateful to have this platform to talk a little bit about what I do.
Oh, well, I'm grateful. Thank you so much for coming and responding. Because some people come to me and some people I invite, but not everyone has to accept the invite.
Right.
Some people are all about numbers. Some people are all about purpose. When I invited you, I knew you were about purpose. I knew that.
Thank you.
I don't always know that about people because sometimes I'm looking at their talent and their gift and what they do.
Right.
Because that's what my show supports: your talent, your gift, and everything that you bring to the table as independent owners of whatever it is, and independent artists of whatever artistry you're into, right? So shout out to that. I thank you for reminding me about shout outs. I cannot leave before I give a shout out to my big bro, The Real. Listen, Real, y'all gotta go follow him. _real. Wait, I am The Real. That's him. I am The Real. Listen, we had an amazing event. I performed erotic poetry live, outside my show. Look, outside of me hosting an event, because it's different when you're the performer versus you're hosting and you do little performances in between. It's very different. And that was my very first time. I had an amazing response. It was a great experience. I mean, I laughed until my chest hurt, y'all. I need to, hold on. Don't get mad at the chest hurting. Sis need to fix her digestional system. Okay? Yeah, all that acid, all that gas and acid. Okay, so next time I go to a show, I know it's gonna be some comedy. I gotta stay away from the acidic foods, god damn it. Got me sitting up for real, but I laughed so hard, y'all. I couldn't even breathe. So shout out to The Real for that. Shout out to you for that. Shout out. We was at Milo, something like that, in Long Island. If you go on my wall at CASHEMA_beauty, you definitely will find a flyer, and that's where I performed. So I had an amazing time. Again, we are having an event at Drip BK. Our very first poetry and art event. Our very first erotic poetry and art event. Guys, it's gonna go down, baby. It is on Thursday, December 16th. Okay. Doors open at 9 p.m. Show will begin at 9:30 to 9:45. All right. I don't expect to be there past 12 a.m. All right, but depending on how spicy it gets, I might have to slow down a little bit, and we might be there till about 12:30 a.m. Shout out to Drip, shout out to Mitch, the owner of Drip BK Cafe. Shout out to Jenna, all of his staff. They are amazing and very supportive of us. And guys, we are having a toy drive at the same location 2 days later, which will be that Saturday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Your child must be there to receive the gift. I'm not giving the gift to you. Right. I want the child to receive our love and energy so they can go to school and talk about what From the Heart of a Poet and Amish Productions alongside Drip BK have done. Y'all have a blessed day.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, okay.
Last time I'm all over the place. One more super important plug.
What's up?
So Sunday, November 28th, is my 39th birthday.
Yo, what?
39th birthday.
Hold on, come in.
God bless you.
39th birthday. Thank you.
Do y'all see him?
So,
wow.
And watch this, right? 11 a month, 28 a day equals 39.
You know what?
So
it's a special one.
Right, and
wow.
So here's how we're going to celebrate this special birthday. I'm going to be performing in 6 unique locations throughout New York, 3 in Brooklyn, 3 in Manhattan. Stay tuned to my IG for more information about where and which locations folks can come to.
What's your IG?
So soon. And I'll be performing no less than 39 songs, one for each year life. And also folks will be able to join the live, request songs for those SoSoon fans out there. Request songs, and all you gotta do is send a donation to any of my virtual payments. Venmo, I have everything. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, PayPal. So you can do that to request a song. We're gonna be running crazy all over New York. So make sure y'all tune in for that. Sunday, November 28th. It'll be happening all day. I'll have the times listed on my page soon, as well as the locations. So I'd be remiss if I mentioned that. And shout out Shoe Words. We got a record coming out November 30th. We're gonna be all right. So a couple of things happening.
All right. And that's on period. You guys have a blessed day. We love you.
Yes.
Peace. Right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Thank you. I didn't mean to push you over time like that.
You good.
Now you good.
Okay. All right, guys. The stream don't want to end.
I'm gonna send this to you. I got you.
Okay. Somebody, Lord Jesus, help my soul.
Do you use StreamYard?
Maybe you can see. I'm not sure because the service is up, the stream won't end, guys. But we are excited still because it's a good thing. I'm pressing in.
That's so wild.
Wow.
They use a StreamYard. Oh, I think they
Thank you, Jesus. God, you are amazing.
On this delay.